Last Week was Friday is a podcast launch where four dudes talk about their career stories and how they're going into it, business, tech, and entrepreneurship. Warning: this podcast contains explicit language, and anything said or done here is for entertainment and informational purposes only. Please kindly do not take it personally. It's all for good fun and it's all jokes.
Guys, what the fuck? If you guys are hearing this, this is my live reaction to what I'm currently seeing. I can't understand, bro.
Okay, what kind of laugh is this now? Calm down.
What the fuck, bro? Like, what? Nigga. Welcome to Last Week Friday, people of God. Sorry about my outburst. If you want to know exactly what this is, rate the podcast. Check the link in the description. You see a link to a page, right? It's called The Picture. That's what it's called. When you click on the link to The Picture, you see the picture of a man that's pretending to look like Musa. That's what's making me crazy.
Wait, the picture is in how? No screenshots me, oh, this guy.
No, I won't do that now. Why would I do that to you? I won't screenshot you now. Oh my bro, fuck, bro. Congratulations to you. Why the fuck did you do this to your hair?
Because I don't want to wear a hat every time like I went out.
Are you serious?
Yes, sir.
And you couldn't plate it. And you couldn't plate the thing.
You go give me money.
Yeah, you literally have two brothers out of how many sisters? How many sisters do you have there? And still, shit. Anyway,
Elizabeth, no one help me. So,
ouch. You don't even bribe her, so you pay her anything, nothing. Yeah. Oh my god! Even if you guys introduce yourself, hey everyone, this is Drones, Supreme Leader or podcasting here. Sharp, say your name and move forward to the next thing.
Wait,
Before I
calm
do.
down. 2 minutes gallivanting, my guy. 2 minutes gallivanting.
Oh yeah,
You
let's
dey
not.
waste our listeners, guy. We are not Joruga status yet. I beg. First
That's
reason
Prince.
yet.
That's the voice of Prince Uche, aka
Compliance
aka
officer, bro. Like,
Yeah.
to be honest, the first 2 minutes should be like,
oh my
it's
god.
hard.
Here we go again.
Yes.
Like, this guy is like HR guy.
2 minutes, like cracking inside joke. How do you expect new listeners to understand?
Yeah,
Hmm?
Prince is like HR in every department, guy. I said to go.
Well, you choose
They
now.
keep saying-
We
they
have to
keep
get
saying
better
this
and
is
get
over.
episode.
Yep.
Now, what for now?
Yeah.
Let's go.
Next person, introduce yourself. Are you guys waiting for? Yeah, Musa, introduce yourself.
How about guys? This is Musa.
Shego, introduce yourself, please.
This is Shegu.
Jesus, look what this is. You guys sound sad. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people.
Are
of
you
the
happy?
internet.
Are you happy?
Yes, I'm happy. Mr. Pictures, I'm happy. Fuck you. I'm happy. Let me go back here. Let me even put the camera here so you guys can see me better. So all this one, so I'm doing like this. All right, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, people of the internet, welcome to Last Week Friday. And I'm your host, Jones. Together with me, as usual, we have Shego Sime. He's a back-end dev in the engineering space. We have Musa Obed. He's a philosopher and in layman terms, an analyst. Yeah. And we have Papi, Prince Suche, aka Kikere Lion, the wisest lion of the East. You know, the only
Yeah.
man with master in statistics. Yeah. So, welcome to the team, ladies and gentlemen. This is he. Yes, so welcome to the team. With that being said, let's get into it, shall we? Oh my god, this feels official. Like this is usually no official. Oh, Prince is just making me sound official. Let's get into the headlines.
I can feel my skull, bro. It's so
Yeah, I
sweet.
don't feel am now. Don't feel am. Musa cut his hair, guys. Say this guy looks like Busan now. Like,
What the hell?
oh my god, nigga, why the fuck? Why the fuck you got your hair, bro? Like, ah man,
When the
nah,
beards, because I call my beard son the mustache. When it comes out, guy, like you go see.
guy, like I'm the only one with hair on this pod right now. I feel left out. I thought I had a company before. Now all of you
Boys,
are like the
boys
mature
turning to
ones.
men. Oh.
All of you are like the mature ones, and I'm like, I'm still the baby here. I'm scared.
Just
My
found
small
out.
became
That's how it has always been, though.
piece of shit. That's not how it has always been. Oh man, nigga. So, the headlines for today, we don't really have much. We're just going to do the things that we didn't talk about last week. For example, uh, we talked about the Sonos stuff. Now, the things that's happening in Kenya, I'm going to give a few reports about like why Kenya was protesting, and then how that like ignited the feeling into us protesting right now in Nigeria. And give some updates of what's happening in different places, right? I think next on the list is something called Igbo API transcription. And it was a company I used to work for, and they made an Igbo API that can transcribe Igbo audio to Igbo text. I think it's an interesting tech, and yeah, we could actually go how that works on the back end. Yeah, and lastly, we'll talk about Musa's data about pointing out your lifespan in Nigeria, basically saying that why are they open eyes? Basically saying that your life expectancy depending on the country you live in. No, your life expectancy
Country.
depending on the Nigerian state where you are. What's it like? For example, if you are living in Nasarawa, what like how long are they expecting you to live in Nigeria? Let's say 65 years. If you're living in Borno, like 20 years. If you're living in like Ife, let's say like 100. That kind of thing.
Ego, please stop. Ego, please stop. Say the new 20 years guy, calm down.
No, no, like I mean, I don't know. The people in Borno live to see 30. They just give birth and multiply the years and move on. They multiply the nuts actually.
Wow.
Um,
Wow.
with
You
that
don't
being,
mark this X.
with that being said, so if you notice, there've been some things happening in Nigeria, like protesting, right? The government is bad. We all know that's bad. Everything have scattered. Everywhere is doing anyhow. There's nothing good in the country again, and it's a big problem because if you notice, if you listen to the Evening Dew, that's the podcast that I am Musad do. Let me for a second. That's the thing that I am Musad work on every day. On the Evening Dew, we talk about it regularly, and Musa points it out all the time about like how the food inflation keeps going higher. Based on the last data that we talked about on the Evening Dew, link is in the description. Food inflation is on 40%. Right, Musa? Correct me if I'm wrong. I know I'm not wrong. Well,
You're
food
not.
inflation is on, yeah, it's on like 39%, 40%. Yeah, like imagine where it was. Like this is not risen from what it was, that's lower than 20, to going above regular inflation to 40%. Everything has doubled and tripled X and quadrupled right now. I went to buy gala today and I was coming back. I've legit not eaten since morning. I was just coming back from church and I bought gala 200 naira, guy. That's how much they sell gala now. 200 naira for one.
15 naira gala.
It's 200 naira, brother. 200 naira. And and you buy this thing and you're like, guy, this thing, if you buy you can't even buy Coke or I don't drink soda. So
How
it's
much
like
is cook?
it'll be like 600 now for a bottle. That's plastic bottle.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
good. Now that like this is why people are protesting. Like, it's not even about we that can afford this thing. It's kind of like the people that cannot. Now,
So
what
well,
will
40.87% food
You know, said
inflation.
you can afford this thing. Let me see.
40.87% inflation rate in Nigeria? That's food
In June,
inflation. That
that was in June. In June 2023, it was 25.25%.
like, do you see the distance? In June 2023, it was 25%. Tinubu came into presidency 1 year later and is on 40 points. Guy, like
What would
I
they
don't.
eat? Agbado.
Guy, this
That
man
one
legit
carry.
told us we will eat corn. Some people voted for him, and this is where we are right now. We can't even afford the corn. We can't
People are marching.
afford
People are marching to the town hall. Oh Jesus!
guy. Everywhere is doing balablu. Guy, it is really terrible. Some updates from the protest that I've been following on Twitter because in Ife they're not really doing much protest in Ife, so I can't really go out and like get coverage because I like to do like coverage and like talk about it on the evening view. But I can't really do that because Ife is kind of
Lagos
quiet.
no fun now.
But I have to pass Lagos and go to Ibadan to do all of that now. But yeah, I think I can shoot a shot towards that. Let's see how this month goes. So I'm just saying, right? It is updates I'm seeing. Let me talk about the updates I'm seeing on the news, right? You guys can chip in anytime if you're comfortable. Is in Abuja. It's kind of there in different places. It's not as wild as it is. It's happening in Abuja. And Lagos is like the main center where many people are. You get like I saw in news recently about like a police officer getting killed by another police officer unknowingly. Like he was spraying water on civilians, right? And the civilians ran away. Now he spraying water got distracted and then driving that big truck that is like made of metal. He drove it with speed and jammed another of their police car, crushing one of their team members to death. The guy died instant in I think it's one of these northern states. I think Castina. He died straight up.
May his soul rest in peace.
May his soul rest in peace. Like I mean, like if that was a civilian or if there was nobody filming at the point, you say, oh, civilians killed it. Like in news coverage, you say civilians killed like a police officer. Therefore, that will cause rage among police officers. But now this is a police officer killing another police officer because of lack of empathy. He just wanted to do evil. Uh, like I don't understand how police officers see these things. Did they promise them extra money? Did they say, "Oh, we'll pay you extra money if you do this"? Why you have to go out and be aggressive? Did they say we'll increase your salary? Will they give you like palliative? I don't know, man. I don't know why the aggression whenever it comes to protest. Like your highest good do is stand there, right? But why are you being aggressive? Like why are you shooting guns? Why are you using car to crush people, man? It's crazy. Um, like some people may not go out. Definitely, some people listening to this will not go out. But I mean, yes, we'll talk about that. Some people will not go out. Some people will not go out, right?
Prince wants to.
But
Prince has a lot on his mind.
some people will not go out. But before I leave this issue and then talk about what happened in Kenya, just give up this one happened in Kenya. It's like um if at all you won't be opportunity to go out, you're not going anywhere. I think there are little things that you can do to support the protest from where you are. Like I mean, you could send money to anybody that you know is going, give them transport. If you can't afford to send money to them, you could retweet something important information. You could go source out documents that can help the
Both
protesters.
of them.
You could source out through routes and routes that could help people move out and like escape. I think there are things that you could do from your house, even though you're not going to protest. Um, yeah, so that's it. Yeah. Before we get into, like I said again, we have interesting shit. And Prince is bringing them up now. Olympics. Let me tell you guys the story of what happened in. Do you guys know what happened in Nairobi in Kenya?
Okay, but that was a while back now. That was a while back.
Okay. Should I leave the gist? Because I was about to give the gist of what happened and why they started protesting. Like,
I mean, we can talk about
Guys,
it in
let's go
summary.
back. Let us see what's happening in Olympics. Because Olympics matter. If you do 2 episodes right now,
Okay. So, in the Olympics,
Choo choo choo
now,
choo 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 choo.
okay.
this guy
Get
wants
this
to
one, they go like this.
this Musa. Musa is trying to imitate the dude that's certified assassin that they bought for
Fuck this guy. That guy is bad
that guy is
ass.
my hero. I'm going to get the wallpaper of him himself in my house.
But you know that there are rumors that it was a born woman.
I'm talking about the shooter, not the Algerian first.
Oh, the guy.
I know
Guy, that's I'll
this
make
is
that my
wallpaper
profile
in his
picture.
house and he's taking off his shirt after saying that. Like, what's going on?
Guy hits the catch the guy. He makes one meaning.
Prince is like one of the most pro LGBTQ communities in America.
He's in the states where it all happens, you know. Yeah.
He now
Prince
turned off
sees
his
them on a
camera
daily
to
basis.
finish it off.
Prince,
Yeah.
don't worry. Don't say what's on your mind. Just mute it like that.
let's
Anyways,
start
let
from
go.
the rainbow people guy. So
Rainbow
if you
care.
notice,
Okay.
now,
Okay.
if you know, see that woman where they use 46 seconds deaf
But
somebody.
he is not she's a woman, no. Like she's
That's what
actually a woman.
that's what everybody's saying. That is a woman from birth with high testosterone and being written.
Yeah.
Guy, where guy, this is why I like Twitter, guy. Twitter is just like you find everything in Twitter, guy. I don't know what you're looking for. You go there. Guy, the truth, the
I go.
lies.
I go.
Yeah.
I'm still looking for that one. Let's start from the first things. Apart from them mocking Christianity, that is vexing me. We're not going to act as if that not happened. That was very, very bad. Then
So wait.
Sudan.
Prince, wait. So there are two things we have to like that particular thing that you're saying that they're mocking Christianity, like the dinner painting and whatever.
Yeah.
The truth is, like there are two angles to look at it. Of
Oh my
course,
God.
right? No, wait.
The Spanish man don't start the talk.
No,
Yeah,
wait.
Oh yeah, now.
So you know, Olympics technically, right, was a celebration. Like it's Greek. Like it comes from like Greece, basically. Like Olympics is like a celebration of the gods and a contest to like all of. If you go to the history, that's all it's about. So I mean, there's one argument that like it was that as in like
Which
the
gods?
god, like the Greek gods now, the Olympiads,
It's Greek gods Christ.
Hercules, all of these things. So there's naturally the Olympics has a like, will I say, a religious tone to it if you look at it from the historical roots. But of course, in the semblance of that painting and this, I perfectly understand like where you're coming from. Go ahead.
It's not where I'm coming from, it's the truth. No, they use where I'm coming from, change the matter. You are a very good lawyer. I said they mock Christ, are telling me where I'm coming from. Where am I coming from? I'm coming from the same place. Now, let's leave that matter.
I'm coming from-
People who want to say blue person no be insult. South Sudan had a game. This is the funniest part. South Sudan had a game. South Sudan, they are playing basketball. They are ranked like number 10 in basketball worldwide. They had a game, and before their game, they played Sudan national anthem. Basically, for those that don't know, South Sudan just won its independence, from Sudan a couple years ago, in which they've been fighting wars for decades. And you're coming for your first Olympic event, and they're playing Sudan's national anthem.
South Sudan doesn't have a national anthem.
They have national anthem. What I say?
So it's like if Biafra was a country, they'll not be playing Nigerian national anthem.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
Then guess what? On the opening ceremony, that's the was South Korea opening ceremony. They announced them as North Korea. And
Are you serious? Yeah, no wonder people are like, this is actually the worst Olympics. Like they just carry the most unqualified people together. Just join them to come out and do anything.
And the best part is that if they made all this mistake the same weekend with Cow Strike, they can blame Cow Strike. Cow Strike it's just shitty.
Bro. Now, I think the issue of the Last Supper thing that they were mocking Christ, and I understand that one. Like to be honest, that one is not like I saw it and I was like, this is actually shit, This is actually because Elon Musk also was like, I like the guy, but he was also pointing out that I think what he said was significant. Like if Christians don't fight for religion themselves, Christianity will perish. In the sense that like no matter where you're angry, you're saying, oh, this is like Musa saying this is the Greek thing, this is the historical, it's from gods. Like I mean, you don't see them mocking Islam in any way or Arabic in any way. Like nobody tries it. Nobody has the mind. Like do you get? Nobody has the mind to mock Islam even by mistake.
When they go do image of Ishmael, put out for Olympic. Now when Olympic they end.
Try bro. Like
the truth now, it's nonsense.
That's the thing. Nobody would do that. But as far as Christianity is lenient now, that's why everybody has mind to do anything they want to do. The Christian God will not do anything. And the Islams, their God, they send them. They send them to move mountains.
So what happened to the shooter? Because I'd like to know his story, not the rumors.
So this guy, apparently, this guy was in the military himself. What's his name, Seth? South Korean pistol shooter. What's his name?
No, South
Let me
Korea
find.
is babe.
I don't know how to pronounce his name, Seth. His name is even hard to pronounce. So if you guys
It's not. It's
can help,
Turkish.
Yusef Dikech.
he's not. He's stuck. He's Turkish. He's not even South Korea because that's true. He's Turkish.
Yusuf Dikech, that's his name.
Is he in your
Yus-
continent, Europe?
He's Turkish now. This guy, like, I don't understand.
He's stuck in Europe. I don't know.
I mean, it depends. It depends who you're asking. They are claiming that they are, but the Europeans are saying no, they are not.
It depends on who
Now,
I'm
who
asking.
cares? You remember now.
Yeah.
Everybody
Look at
cares
how
that
fucking
part.
cool. Look at how fucking cool this guy is. Like this guy just having airport glasses, these medicated glasses.
Imagine this is your dad. You go enter class, you go enter school, bro. Like, you walk to school like a god.
And the thing is that he got silver not because that's what he got. He got it so that he wouldn't stand out.
Wow.
One hand in pocket, that chill. That guy looks more trained than every JC starter film I've seen in my life.
That's how I am.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah, you shut up. Where last did you run?
Like,
You
they
lazy.
made manga about this guy. I was reading a manga about him. Like 1 week afterwards, they've already made manga about him sitting down inside the bar, and government is like, I'll buy more tax for you. You need to represent the country, but don't stand out. So you want to get silver.
And he used his reading glasses, like the normal glasses.
Yes. Guy,
Can you-
medicated shit. See this one. This one carry eyeglass up, down, left, center, carry big headphones. How? Sometimes in this life, it's not about the things you
I
have.
look at the face of this guy. Look at how old, but you know he's a killer.
Bro. This one, see this one, see, guy. See how him bend, but this one
This
just
one
looks
looks like a Jew guy. This one will
Guy.
shake when he fights.
This is like Samsung and Apple.
bro. this is you shooting your shot at that girl that is 1 year younger than you, and this is an adult that is 4 years older than you shooting her shot. He shot at the same girl. This guy will win effortlessly. This is a man with money.
How
This
the
is a man.
hell?
This is
Guy,
this is
there
a
are
man
many
with money.
analogies to use.
No,
There are
this is a
many
man with
analogies
money.
to use.
This-
Why do
this is
you
a
use
man
this
with-
one?
This is a man with money. This is a man
And
without money.
they've already used it on Ego, so he's talking from experience. The analogy I like is that the guy on the left is a school professor trying to teach you calculus. The guy on the right is Indian professor.
On YouTube.
So, Indian
Yeah.
professor on YouTube, yeah.
Shoot now. Guys, look at. What the fuck? See where this one bullet did. See where this one bullet did, guy. Hell no, man.
Chris is best. I need to go and watch the guy.
Guy, this guy has become a hero overnight, man.
LinkedIn goes suffer. Oh,
What
chill.
I learned from the Turkish.
This
How
guy's
to
a
do
good
marketing.
person in the Olympic shark. That's one. Like, it's either him or Simon Biles. No, what's his name?
Simon Biles.
Simon Biles.
Yeah.
It's two of them. They're like, this Olympics, now they win now. The rest just they play.
Nah,
And
but
then
that
if
Biles
it's
is the
basketball men, if men basketball they don't win, that would be the biggest banter of the year because the
This
confidence-
is the guy's story, right? He's dedicated to the noble sport of air pistol Paris. His name is Dek. I don't know how to pronounce it, but now he's been competing since
Dikech.
Yusuf Dikesh. He has been competing since 2008, and his first medal, right, as well as Turkey's first in the shooting. He apparently first took up the sport while working as a non-commissioned officer for Turkey's Grand Emria police force. But even in victory, he was nonchalant, telling Turkish media, "I did not need special equipment. I am a natural." Fuck! Cause you're a natural. I need it in my soul. Bro.
See, the only thing I
Yeah.
know about is that crime rate dropped in Turkey after this guy won it. Because
This
nobody can
This
say
is the real Batman. This is the real Batman, nigga. I swear. Nothing. And we continues. And it isn't even denigrates the excellent high tech outfits of Yeji and the rest. but it's lovely illustration of how it takes all kinds to make an Olympics, from the tooled up to the knock gunslingers. I don't know how to pronounce that. Now, everybody likes him, obviously. But for an Olympian, especially one competing in a niche event that gets little to no coverage outside the games, they have one shot every 4 years. He do jump on and off day in the pool and is back to the gym for 48 months. If you do make it to the podium, it's likely to define the rest of the life. Accepting the Olympic bargain and winning can turn her into a hero. Like this guy, what's one? They just arrived as a consign him. Anyway, we've known his story. He was actually he's no more a commissioned officer, but he used to be a commissioned officer in the Grand Maria Police Force. If this guy shoots you and you be thief, guy. According to the in France and some francophone nations, the Grand Maria is a branch of the armed forces that is responsible for internal security in parts of the territory, primarily in rural areas and small towns. In the case of France, so basically, he is the black ops of the areas, that kind of thing. These are images of them, guys. They fire see Grand Emilia, mad. That is it, though. And the other news of the Olympics, the deaf person, the moralized person. 46 seconds. They use 46 seconds.
Imagine they punch you, start to cry. God.
Yeah, I go take such this. Now one hand boxing, I be boxing.
Eh?
So dumb. How they take? What will be the name of the game again?
Put Algerian boxer.
Okay.
The baby is Algerian.
Okay.
The man, the she.
No, now
Maybe
Maybe it's out.
they say now woman. How we won't take note if they cover up or not? Now be this now.
Or see the porn, see muscle now. Woman with
See two of them now. The Hungarian Boxing Association calls on the IOC to reconsider allowing a biological male Algeria boxer Imen Kahif
now
to
it's a
compete.
biological male.
So when they're putting all the trans and everything, they don't know say biological male they the competition.
No, but this argument is stupid to me, and let me tell you guys why. Like, it's the argument that they made to Caster Semenya. So, like, for guys that have, like, will I say, let me even use testosterone, like more like a greater threshold than the average male. Like, they do not come out and say, oh my God, this guy is not a man. Like, like he's, I don't know, like he's Superman or something. Like, they do not come out and say that. But I feel so bad for like women that are going, like that have high testosterone levels, because it's not their fault. Like, they were born like that and they're just efficient like that. If they were men and they were like as good as they are and they have a higher threshold, they'll be celebrated. They'll literally be the Ronaldos, the Messis,
Wait, calm down. This is my point. We do not know. Any country can change news and information online to give them the gold. This is my personal opinion, because what I read somewhere, I'm not sure credibility is that dude or that lady with high testosterone, he was actually banned from international boxing tournaments but accepted in Olympics. So
but it's the same reason I'm saying now. But for women, they restrict women. Sorry, Ego, before you come, like they restrict women that have high testosterone levels. And for me, it's like you're already like by doing that, you're automatically defining what a woman is by testosterone and like by chemicals. Do you get?
So the not all women that have high testosterone.
Yes, like Caster Semenya. Don't you remember South Africa?
In the first place, she has more muscle than me.
Yes, this one improve get muscle. See energy. See, they give out updates. See the one will finish
like women's sports, first of all, from the fact that like there are trans people now that like might be fighting to enter women's sports, and then the fact that like now women are trying to say, oh, testosterone, like being a woman, like a woman in sports is actually going to be very difficult too, because at the end of the day you'll be competing with two sets of people that can be considered as male and you with your like normal woman body are now going to be like competing with these kinds of people. I don't know, man.
Because now, like you now start defining being a woman by your level of testosterone in sports. Because they're like, okay, if you have this level of testosterone, you can't participate. Meaning, like, no matter the pussy you have there, you can't even do anything. Like, you're just useless. You have to have a lower level of testosterone, which is crazy. Just guys, see blue now. See blue they use common person, papa.
I
Ah,
can't see what you're saying, sir.
oh,
She
sorry.
said, she said she has never been hit this hard in her life. I think that's the argument.
Who should
That's
they
the
train with?
That's the question.
Hmm. First of all, the reason why I'm believing that she was born female was because in Algeria, like it's an Islamic country now. They are not going to allow this to fly.
Exactly. That's another angle.
Yeah, because
Someone said a meme. He said when you go into a boxing fight and you get boxed. You went into a fist fight and you got punched in the face. Now you're
guy,
complaining. What
it's crazy. Ah man, I pity them. Boy, it was funny, guy. Just they laugh. They laugh because first of all, you have the trans community coming out to support that. Oh no, like woman is a woman, blah blah blah. And they're
Eh?
not. They're bringing out facts that she has lost to 9 other women. Nobody talked about it. Why is it now that she won that people are complaining about? Like she has been losing since, right? Like that's what they were posting on the trans community. I'm like, okay, good. It's a fair argument to say that she has been losing all this while and then now she won, and then now you're saying she's a woman, right? Like, why is it because of her victory? You're now calling out the fact that she used to be a man, and then people are not like, what does that change? Like, it doesn't change any other thing. You get like, the other person was just unprivileged naturally, and you're just pointing out that today is the day that she didn't probably take her hormone depressant and she let her testosterone rip. Uh, yeah, the punch give better blow like this. Those are the arguments that are online. Like you say, the trans community always like to defend, like the LGBTQ guys like to defend themselves. But the truth is, we don't know the facts. That's the thing. Until we see pussy or penis on the picture, or and that's the truth. You can never tell. Yeah, that's enough from Olympics. So if you follow Olympics,
A Nigerian woman will do this thing for you, no?
mm, uh, Algeria self, yeah, well, no
Like,
concerning you.
bro, if it was maybe like, oh, what would I say? Like South Africa or
Uh,
what again? Or like Ghana.
Yes.
I would like say,
mhm.
maybe na woman. Algeria. Ah,
Nah,
she know for come out the airport.
yeah. But again, the thing is that like, so if you look at it, then she could be from Algeria, but she could not have been training in the country, and the country people will not really do background check to know, oh, she was a woman before, or they will be like, oh, there's this lady that wants to
They will not
perform.
let it fly, bro.
They
A
will not
trans
know, like the person come out and say I'm trans. No, they will say I'm a woman. Like it's the same thing.
See that
If they,
same thing, you could have seen Algerians talking about it on like the thing that would have been trending is not her punching that woman. It's Algerians perhaps saying, "Oh, we don't accept it." So now them go tell you, say like
Okay,
this is not our culture.
so if she's not a trans, that means everyone owes a serious apology, and people need to be charged for the false information.
that means
That's the truth now, because that is very
the
sad.
other
Imagine a
woman.
woman and the whole world
That
is already calling you a man. That is sad.
That's is well, some people want that, but
Imagine
like
your
That's
I,
very
husband.
because even the lady, exactly, even the lady who beat the Italian girl herself, she not even born for Serena Williams. Why is it no one has said this
you
about Serena
get,
Williams?
she no buff.
She go beat the house.
She no buff guy, and she punch person give her. And again, there's another thing that the other lady in red, the Hungarian that lost, that one does not have skill. It's just lack of experience and skill. Because 46 minutes you go pull head where you go collect blue. Like you don't even wait when you reach 1 minute.
46
46
seconds,
seconds.
46 minutes care.
You don't even reach 1 minute. Could you shout 1 minute? You don't even like at least dodge for like 2 5 minutes. Just the dodge. They swerve left and right. They swerve. Me blue not touch you. 46 seconds. They don't knock you blue.
I think I have to start watching that sport.
Yeah.
Like now when casualty dey happen, you go know the sport wey sweet. No be football guy. And this kind thing is, you saw that video now of that fat dude fighting two ladies. One sport that just opened up. Is it in which country? This country wey Andrew Tate dey stay. Na that sport I wan start dey watch now.
Romania.
Romania, 2 girls versus 1 guy.
I see that be like,
I don't understand.
doing
2 girls
it-
versus 1 guy in
two,
what?
Remember what
like
she did
2
to
girls.
fighting
Guy,
1
2
guy.
girls.
They use force.
But I see for IG, I show she go that guy.
They open
2
the sport
girls
in
versus
Romania.
guy. The way they
But
take,
the
the way
guy,
the man take deaf them, eh. They give them blow like this, guy. I just
Guy,
dey
like
laugh.
you are bringing an Eastern European man to fight 2 men. Jesus.
Guy, 2 women against 1 guy.
and
Man,
the guy
you
is
see
not like
this.
the guy is not like normal size man like us. I'm saying this guy is big. Like I'm
Cross
telling
prize,
you,
nigga.
3 of me, like 3 of myself cannot beat him. You go put 2 women with her for the same cage.
See, Musa, see.
Oh, gee. Guy, guy. How is this nigga? The guy didn't even wear a helmet too.
You get
No, I beg, post the link.
see.
Guy, how is this nigga?
I fucking league. I don't know. If you've not seen this, take the link in the description to
I
watch the
will bet
video.
on this sport. I can watch this sport live. Guy, this has been the most interesting thing sport-wise this whole year.
Yeah,
Fuck Euros, fuck AFCON.
He looks like all these guys that like he can't touch his wife, so he's taking all the time.
Yeah. This guy, according to you know people move again. Right?
Yeah, I beg, go to the engine. Go to the engine. Let's see how their faces looked after the fight.
They didn't show that.
That's the best part. I think I saw a picture of their face. Aye.
Bro, I think when I was listening to These Are the Issues yesterday, if you're not listening, link in description. But they were talking about it, and it was like you go date person where you could tell say in love language and physical touch. Now this kind of physical touch, and this kind of physical touch, and they will give you blow like this, they take you for house. Now physical touch with this, bro. Oh man, yeah.
God,
This-
ever, God.
The guy
Oh
did
my-
no punch self. He looked to the side for entertainment.
You know, guy, this guy is enjoying. Like he's doing like these women have things planned against him. They follow him. They
I
push
don't know
him.
the best part. The best part about everything is that 2 women enter cage, lost, got beaten black and blue, and the whole internet has been laughing since. It's not as if anybody's been fighting for their rights. People want to watch the next fight.
Because will you blame the man? Is the 2 men? Why you go carry yourself put for inside this cage?
I'm telling you, 2 men cannot beat this guy.
Yeah.
I
And
think
look at
all
the
4 of
women.
us here.
Like, look at the women, oh. Like, it's not like they're one buff, like, as in, like, look at the women that.
I know they are fighters because they are swinging very well. Like they are better fighters than I am, but more interesting. Musa, please, your session.
Damn.
Anyway. God Almighty. I'm going to talk about the Olympics. Maybe this coming week episode. I'm writing a document on like all the sports that Nigerians are currently in and updates on all of that. So if you are waiting for that, either I release it on the evening due or wait till next week.
Waiting be that wife name, that footballer woman. Aloze!
Aloze,
Aloze now.
We never know now. We never know. We go get updates. You'll get updates.
Aloze, God, that woman won the hearts of 95% of men in Nigeria. That woman is a bro. Guy, that's a guy. If I have a friend like that, man.
Where she go?
I don't know where to go.
What did Anoze do? Explain. I don't know.
Can't you remember? Is it World Cup? What did they play?
It was World Cup when person match and yash.
That James,
League
yeah.
Oh.
James' sister matched the Nyash. She
Okay,
got
I've seen
her
that
like
picture.
this.
That was one of the
Eh.
best pictures from that tournament, to be honest.
More, let's get into it.
Now,
We have a voice note from one of our listeners. But before we
a
get
voice note.
remind me to get to that voice note.
Now, guy or babe?
Nah, guy. Which of our listeners? Guy, we get like 97% male audience. She didn't ask me.
God, it's giving Andrew Tate, Sha.
I got Kosa. The first few episodes, I got just the
Guy, I will bring it back again. Egop made me lose a podcast session. Like somebody listened to Egg Up, and the person is like, I cannot come on your podcast because you guys call women the B word, and like I do not think it represents women. I'm like, me. I
You woman was just being insensitive. Like I was not even calling women bitch. I was not insulting women. Like all I was saying is that guys, some bitches, like all of a sudden she took offense. Like I don't understand. Like you come on a podcast where like they are making jokes. Yeah, they told you that warning, explicit language in this podcast. You enter,
Yeah,
you heard explicit language,
there's
and then you got
there's
offended.
only bro, Egg Up, do you understand that there's only warning for you? Like you give the warning for yourself in the podcast.
No, like imagine, sir, I tell you that in this house we curse a lot. You enter the house and be like, I can't live in this house. They curse a lot. Why the fuck did you enter? Like, did you get like they told you before you enter? Let's just leave that alone. Musa, before we move too far, I beg.
Share the Twitter, share the the post, the
Yeah,
image.
let's go to Musa's Twitter. We want to talk about something, which is like the data on. Was that the thing? Okay, yeah, that was it. The data on how many years you have to live depending on the states you live in.
It's
The
not,
Musa Obed.
it's not how many, wait, Ego, calm down. It's not how many years you have to live. It's
Life expectancy.
which is every year you have to live. Are you educated?
How many years they are expecting you to live? How many years are they
No,
expecting?
life expectancy is not
Yes,
Let's
now.
just leave it like that. Okay, no wala, no wala.
Yes, now. It's like they're expecting you to live like in Brunei State now. I can't buy.
I know you
I'm
just want
fine.
to talk about Borno
That's
State.
the one now. That's the one. The one you just passed. Up.
Wait, okay,
Guy, where are you going?
yes.
Up.
Yeah, Abi.
Yeah.
Okay, now the thing. Let me read it for Musa continue. It says you will live longer in Nigeria if you are a woman. There are 17 states in the country where women have a life expectancy of 60 plus. There is no Nigerian state where men in Nigeria have a life expectancy of 60 plus. There's a chart there, and it moves on to say Cross River State is the state with the highest expectancy for both sexes, 65.4% for women and 59.6% for men. Other states with 59.6 male life expectancy are Ekiti, Imo, and Ogun states. Then he rounds up he rounds up he rounds up with men have the lowest expectancy in Yobe, Borno, Adamawa, 49.1%, 49.1, while its life
Yes.
expectancy
Yes. 1%.
is lower. Okay, 41.9%. While life expectancy
Jesus
is
Christ.
lowest for women,
39 years. I just corrected you on your same thing.
49 years, right? In Adama and the rest. While life expectancy is lowest for women in Adama at 49. So, meaning, before Musa continues, meaning you, as a Cross Riverian man like me, from Cross River, where I am from, as a guy, you have the longest life expectancy. Musa, go on to, tell us more about what you're written down here.
The first thing is that guy, I was shocked that there's no state. So this data is like for 2022. And there's no like states where like men actually live to be like there's no state that has like a life expectancy for men that's like 60 years. Like the highest is 59.6. I mean, if we round it up, it would be 60. But it's like there's literally no states in Nigeria. What that means is that if you know a 60-year-old in Nigeria, those guys have won the matrix. Those guys have rigged the system somehow by their health, by their eating, by dodging bullets, by dodging accident, whatever it may be, right? By going to Jesus Christ or praying to Allah, whatever it may be. Like those guys are rare. That's what it means that they have passed the life expectancy, especially if they're from the north. Like me from Borno State now, they expect us to die early.
They
Like
expect yourself to live long.
the men in my state have the lowest. Them and the men in Adamawa. I mean, us and Adamawa we share borders. Like we're neighbors. So, so like we have a life expectancy of 49. But when we cross over to the other side for women, 17 states expect women like the life expectancy for a woman is at least 60. And the highest is in Cross River, where a woman, they expect you to be like if you're a woman in Cross River State, you will live to at least like 65. That's the expected age you should live
I have
to.
a question.
Mhm.
Just to clarify, expectancy is not median, is mean. That being said, if
Explain.
a lot of young people, what?
Explain.
Expectation, okay. If you don't know the difference between median and mean, or you don't know what you're doing with
Yeah,
Spotify,
guys, I just fucking explain.
go
Like,
back to
what the
secondary school. Okay. Return your phone to your parents and go to night school. I don't know what you have to do.
Egg up the engineer.
But
Oh man, nigga, Jesus Christ.
median, okay, well, this is the last time I'm going to explain this to you, obviously next episode. Median and mean. If you're looking for the mean, you're looking for average. So I don't have to explain what average is. But the difference is that median, you're going to line up all of them. The
Are you
lowest
sure,
and
Prince?
highest order.
I'm so sure.
No. I think average, you should know English language, what average means now. The number of total number divided by the number of something. So like all of us now, if you say what's our average age, and all of us were between 23 to 25, average age should be about 23 point, depending on how many we are. It add all our ages divided by 4. That's average. But our median age, for example, is if one of us is 30 years old, and we're looking for average age. Average age cannot be 23 point something because the one that is 30 years old will push it up, so it will be like 26 point something. But if we're doing median age, the median age will still be 23, 24. So median age is the middle number, it's not the average, it's the middle number. So whenever government is trying to say what is average household income, they don't want us to know how poor we are. Because one billionaire will be pushing the average up. But if you do median household income, it is way lesser. So that's why government doesn't like using median, because you know how poor we really are. Median is actually the middle person, the true middle. So if we're saying life expectancy is average, that means if someone lives to the age of 100, they are pushing the number up more. If we use median, that 40 it might actually be 32 or 31 based on statistics. So when Musa reached 50 years old, he's already pushing the number up for a state, for example. But if I use median, the number will be way less than 40. If you understand what I say. So that expectancy, just know that it is worse than it looks. That's what I'm saying about expectancy, expectation and
True. I think, like, first of all, well, I don't know. The data is from the National Population Commission, that's the NPC. I don't know the methodology, so it might be the case that they're using median and they might be using the average as opposed to like the median, the median number. But like I think what they're calculating is the people that actually die. The only reasonable thing to do here to get this answer, like to get this particular statistic, is by people that die. That's the only way you can actually know. So people that died, at what age did they die? I think that's what they are doing. So this person died at, I don't know, this time, and then they'll now find what's the average age or what is the average distance for people.
yes.
So
Yes, that's exactly what they do.
okay. Anyways, that's it. Women.
And that is
17 states.
recorded death. That is recorded death. So the ones we buy, we know enter police record. You can imagine.
Yeah.
You can imagine. That is sad.
To cross river men to not kill themselves is just. It's not so
That's actually sad. Like, but we can also say the same thing for men now also. And I made this argument to Musa when I was like, okay, wait. Now this is the life expectancy, right, for men, which is really, really terribly low. Will you say that with the whole wave of women now doing more tasks like compared to men, for example, the people they used to get this data are people who are actually older, right? Like people who are 65, who have died at that point. Most of us in this current age right now have not lived to that point. So you can't basically use us to get that data. Like as much like we can't use all of us to get as much quality data as the way they did here. They're older people, right? Now, and these older people,
Wait, what? I'm confused.
what I'm saying is like
analogy, no, they
correct me if I'm wrong now. Like, if you are going to get this data, right, of life expectancy, right, you are going to use more people within that age range, like 65,
There isn't
70.
dead people. People that
It's
have died.
dead people. It's not age range.
Okay.
Whoever died that was
Dead people now. The people that died are the people that died within this age range, or people that died earlier than this.
people that died every time. All the deaths that are recorded, that would be
They'll just find a
Okay,
number now. So if 300 people died, right, they'll put whatever, they'll add all the 300, they'll now divide it by 300. That's what the
Okay.
number they will get here.
So now, Musa said, and I'm sure this is correct. Like you can't actually know what is leading to this if you don't know the cause of death. You can't say, oh, this is the reason why people are dying. Meaning, if we stop this, this will potentially increase our life expectancy for each state. We don't know the cause of death because that's not in the data. But I have a
Wait,
speculation.
it's not speculation. Everybody knows the cause of death. It's insecurity and terrorism. Which one is speculation?
There's no data. You can Musa, is there data that is the data backs what Prince just said?
Yeah,
I
everybody in
mean,
Nigeria knows that it's insecurity and
no,
terrorism.
but like, so at the end of the like, I think it's not direct consequence that is insecurity. It's indirect consequence that's insecurity. What I mean is that so the direct egg up. If you check, go to my Twitter again. I actually posted the numbers for insecurity in Nigeria. So just scroll down. Go to my feed. Then scroll down. There's one that I was talking about. Okay, I think that's the one I deleted. Ouch, 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 ouch. Okay. Just give me a sec. Just give me 1 sec. You can go ahead talking as I look for that data.
Okay. So what I was saying is that we don't know the cause of death, so we can't explicitly say, oh, if this X and X happen, meaning we increase our health. And I was speculating. Now, this is just a speculation. Is like, cool. Can we say that if we have more women doing exactly same job or very similar job, so close in like range job with men right now, in the next 50, 60 years, when this result or this starts is being done again, right? Will you be having an equal balance of life expectancy for women and men? Like, will it be equally low or equally high? Because now men and women will be doing as more job and equal job as women. If the equality thing becomes a thing that is standard, will we be having our women die just as early as the men? That's the question I'm asking.
So you're overstating that women will actually get to this particular point in our own generation, is what I'm trying to say. Like they will become equal in our generation. Like you're overestimating that, oh, the jobs that men used to do, women will also do it. I think like
Mm,
we have
but am I by stating it, or am I like
in my
we can't say
opinion, you
at this
are.
point how? Like if you check it now, like there are more women in the workforce, there are more women doing things
Yes,
as
now there
equally
are
as
more
men
women in
right
the
now.
workforce. How do you know there are more relative to the past, right? And in the past,
Yes,
there were like literally very few or close to zero women that were in the workforce. So it's
yeah,
like this is the whole situation that like why is it that economies like big economies like the United States and maybe like even Europe, right? European countries, why is it that their GDP does not grow like 7%, 8%, 10%? And like somewhere like in China or in India, right? We are seeing GDP 7% growing, 10%, 11%. Niger 11% is growing. It's because when you are just starting something, like when something has not been established yet, it is easier to grow the numbers than when you have it established and grow it again. So what we're seeing with women is that we are coming from a position where it was like close to zero, or it was like close to like a low threshold, anyways. And these numbers were increasing. So if you started like let's say with 5,000 women that are working in tech, right, and like all these efforts are being working out. Oh, let's have this boot camp. Oh, let's have this program. Oh, companies are doing we're favoring women now. Oh, women-based rules. Blah blah blah. DEI. Blah blah blah. Blah blah. All of these things are not happening, right? In the next 5 years, you can see that 95,000 women are now added into the tech workforce. Wow. When you compare 95,000 to the 5,000 that was before, guy, that's how many percent? That's thousands of percent increase. But from that 5 year period onwards now, it's not going to be easy. To be able to like replicate that same numbers, you have to add the same 1,000% increase to that same number. And it's not as easy to do as when you're coming from a low threshold. So that's what I'm trying to say. That like I think you're overstating the in quotes equality of women in the workforce just because it seems like more women are just getting more educated, more women are just doing this. But like more women getting more educated does not necessarily mean more women that are entering roles and jobs in the actual labor force. You are muted.
I think there are more women entering into the actual labor force. There are more
No,
women getting educated.
they are,
Yes,
but what I'm
but
saying is that like the way you're saying it is as if like boom, like They are the same number with men now, and I'm saying that's not the case.
Okay, like okay, I say the next 50 years, meaning like right now is not there, but definitely we are experiencing the beginning of it. Now, our children, right? To them it will not be the beginning. It can never be like we are in the beginning of it. Our children to them is not the easy reality they live in. At that time, it will be a totally different situation than what it is right now. And that's where I'm coming from. In the sense of at that time, right, would we be seeing life expectancy equal to men, low or high? I'm just like saying, like, is that a thing? And also in Nigeria, compared to other West African countries, Musa, do you have the data of this compared to other West African countries?
Bro, that's a lot of work. I don't. I can find it, but like, are you going to
Or
pay me? my
no,
my,
like
I will give you my hourly rates.
like I mean, it should just help it will help see the dynamic between Nigeria, Togo, like Ghana, Senegal, like just to know okay, like this is across West Africa where like we are having life expectancy that is really this terrible, especially for men. And at least if you can triple down on exactly what is causing it, was like if it's insecurity. Prince, you want to say something?
I feel like yes, it's good to calm down and do research and find answers to things and all that. But sometimes some things should just be said as plain as they are. We don't need to do research to know that it's insecurity that is a problem with the north right now. It's
Okay,
life expectancy.
let me the numbers now. I have the research. I also sent a link to the group, so I'll talk about what I mean by direct and indirect. So when we look at the total number of deaths, so this data is for 2011 to 2021, right? It's a 10-year period, and roughly, like this was around the time that terrorism was at its peak, like insecurity was at its peak in Nigeria, especially like in northeast Nigeria. And in this 10-year period, right, 79,000 373 people died totally in Nigeria, right? About 72% or like 70% of these people came from the northeast and the northwest. So northeast had 44,247 deaths, while the northwest had 12,743 deaths, right? Of course, what I'm when so Prince said that like it's insecurity. For me, like it's the indirect consequence of insecurity. And what I mean by this is that and again, this is connected to something that I found, right? The whole, what's it called? The household, agricultural household. Egop will remember because there was an episode of the Evening Jew. Like there are a number of agricultural households in Nigeria. So if you
Mm-hmm.
consider the fact that like there are a lot of like farmers, like the food basket of Nigeria is in the north, basically speaking. So if
Yeah.
the food basket, wait, go to my Twitter again. I think it should be there. I think it should be. I think that's not the one I deleted. Now that I remember, my feed. No, no,
Am I-
scroll down. My feed, scroll down, just scroll down. Slowly now. Here,
Well, how does it
scroll up. That table that you saw that was colored, that was something was colored. Wait,
this
scroll
one?
up. This one. Yeah, this is it. Okay.
Okay, it reads scams. This one, Northwest and Northeast Nigeria have 41% of Nigerians' agricultural household, but at the same time, they are the most insecure regions. Then a picture. Then it goes down to say, household, Northeast and Northwest Nigeria accounted for 72% of insecurity-related deaths between 2011 to 2021. Nigeria does not really have an inflation quote problem. It has an insecurity problem. There's a data to prove it. It goes down to say now 4 more threads remaining. Food inflation is the primary driver for headline inflation in Nigeria, and as long as the household responsible for producing food do not quote feel safe, Nigeria either has to fix its insecurity, import more, or export the south. It's
Or
like
ex or export this out. I don't export anything.
or export the south or make this south produce more. Only the first portion is sustainable. Next, and so all central bank efforts only affects people that have no real power to increase food production. Businesses are suffering for the work that the security forces are supposed to be doing. Context is necessary for solving problem pragmatically. Inflation won't reduce in Nigeria as long as farmers do not feel, quote, feel safe. I use feel because the farming in households need to be convinced beyond government promises that their lives are not at risk. And history has enough case studies for people revolting because of food. Pragmatically, the alternative to this is that all Nigerian households farm their own crops and food and completely shut out the need to buy food from outside. This way, demand will drop and supply will increase. But of course, this approach makes the government more useless. Lastly, the worst case scenario is that the resilience of Nigerian households from providing their own electricity, education, and now food will lead Nigerians into a conclusive belief that the government really has no useful function in their lives. A nation of 200 million smaller nations, that is. Um, End of read.
So what I was trying to say here is that like the northeast and the northwest, right, have 41% of the 40 million households in Nigeria. That's nearly half of the household come from two regions in the country, right? So like the indirect consequence for me is that, of course, as a man, insecurity has disrupted your livelihood. Like you were a farmer before, now you can't farm, you can't go to farm again, right? So your livelihood, what used to bring you money and supply for your family, right, is gone. What used to take care for like your family, like is gone, right? And then God help you, you're also displaced. Like you have to leave your house because they burnt your village, or like terrorists literally have overtaken your village, or like your community or whatever. They are displaced. So you're literally like, some like somewhat of a vagabond in your own country, right? That's what IDP means. Yeah, you're displaced. So for me, the indirect consequence is that imagine what that means for the man, or like like in this particular situation, this precarious situation, right? Like, guy, the kinds of trauma problems, like the thing will go there your mind, eh? Your body go feel am, like you start to feel sick because you just feel so helpless. Like, like even when you want to provide for medical medicine for your family, you don't have the money to provide for that. Your child is sick, you don't have the money to pay for it. Like if your child needs to get treatment or whatever. So all of this, like other things that happen because of the insecurity, is what will might kill you early, and not necessarily the fact that there's insecurity in itself, like the insecurity or like the terrorists or the bandits or whatever attacking you directly. So that's why I feel like men, perhaps like in these regions, like Borno, Adamawa area, like have 49 years old life expectancy.
which which I agree with you in a way, in terms of like the indirect way it affects our lives, because definitely this is the cause of death. But then it points the question: is it just the men that are feeling this pressure? Like the women do not feel this pressure, and why don't they feel this pressure?
You don't want to drag women. You just want to like.
No, 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 no. Like, like, why do people see? Like, I'm asking you a question that is based on a data points that we're not
So
speculating here.
don't vex, don't vex. Sorry.
I'm not saying shit out of my head. This is data we're looking at, and
Shago,
I'm using that.
what do you think? Let our CMO respond.
I don't know why Egop is asking that question. Most times, the men are meant to protect. They are meant to, I don't know how I'm going to answer this question, but
But
I want to tread on line.
I say, what's the
Now
point of
let's get
having a
up prison.
podcast if you're not the edge of going? Good.
Yeah,
Don't be I start
to leave
podcast
the
for
metrics.
this guy. May
Yeah,
I start podcast to leave metrics, not to enter prison. No, let's be clear.
we still leave the
Leave
metrics
out.
now. Okay. What
Just
my own
depends on
being
where
like,
you went.
if you look around you, right? There are many households in Nigeria where the women are literally doing most of the work and providing a lot for it, right? Which is the current state of things if you look around it. Now, meaning if the women are the ones doing this and the women are having longer
Ego, I
lifespan,
have data to like say like there are actually more households that have like male heads than single women running the households. Like so
you have that data.
that
Okay, you
yeah,
have that.
I have that
Okay, so
data.
that means what I just said is just speculation. Okay, good. Now let's scratch that. Thank God you've corrected me. So even now we have this, right? Meaning like they are like more men that are leading their houses and providing for their household than there are women doing that. Fine. Does this mean that the women who are living longer do not experience anything different from the men? Because guys, it can't just be insecurity because all of us are in this country. You're telling me a wife and a husband are both in a family. The wife has children, right? Obviously, we know women go up and beyond for their children. They feel a certain pressure. The man, on the other hand, feels the same pressure. If they are both getting affected by insecurity indirectly, they should be having similar lifespan. Like their life expectancy should be on the same level because they are being affected. And you can even say the woman's own should be less because she's a mother, right? But why is the man's own higher? I'm sorry, why is the man's life expectancy higher? Prince, yeah.
You mean lower? I feel you should look at it in other countries. You can't put it as a Nigerian thing. I think generally women live longer than men because men we foolish. It's as simple as that. Men are generally foolish. Have you seen the games, men? The play where I play for primary school, now only Jehovah keep me while I see their life till now. And I don't know any girl that was playing that type of play. So men were naturally stupid because you want to impress a girl, you go and do dumb shit and die in the process. It's because God is keeping us. Why we backbite? Look at that nonsense we're doing in the fake academy. Who they call him? Who was in news there? Shago Isabiam now. What do they call him? Maze Runner. So in 2014 was a man movie called Maze Runner. Now, movie 1 was nice, movie 2 and 3 and shit. So behind our hostel, because we're staying in Goshen, is like very big land, and there was like one cornfield very down after the field. Late at night, after 10, after night prep, when SS2, SS3 or so, we will just nothing do us. We just decide to start running to the end of the earth, running to the horizon at night. No lights, no security, no nothing. We don't even know what's there. So, and the idea of the thing is that you keep on running and see who get mine pass. Last person to leave, now you get balls pass. That was the idea. Shago, I like. Let me say something.
I think
That was just
2014 is, yeah. 2014 is
So
far.
2014 that the movie came
Now,
out
me
now.
still, we have a nigga.
2014 was when the movie came
I know,
out.
like,
What?
we have a nigga here that rode a bike down the staircase. I mean, that's still a man thing. And you want to ask me that
Ego.
why,
Exactly.
why they
Recently, he rode down the staircase. So there was one beautiful day now. I said, let me do. This was like the second time I've done what they call it, Maze Runner. So we started the run. I don't know who was there with me. I think Etru was there. I think Yerima was there. I don't remember people. I knew we were like 6 or so. All of us was a sprint, and like it's like if you play all these Evil Dead games while going on, very thick, dry corn plants. So all of you are running like different lanes in between corn plants, and trees are hitting you, branches are hitting your leg, but you are just feeling the adrenaline. The idea is that you notice that people, you are hearing people's voices shouting, hey, let's go. The voice starts to reduce. You're not like, oh my God, so die because you're just running in darkness. There's something beautiful happened. Apparently, there are hunters around that area down there. I know the security and that layer, but they should be hunt. I don't even know who shot. I don't say I hear gunshots. Now, maybe they must have thought were Fulani headsmen that wanted to come and attack the school. I shall not say I hear gunshots. The speed, when you're running at a certain speed, to turn, you have to turn as an arc. I think I jumped up in 1 second and my whole body rotated. And with the same speed, I did not decelerate. I've never run back faster in my life. In my mind, I was a dead man. I was just moving.
I did not decelerate.
And this night, Abi.
This was like after 10, 11. People were hosted. Some other people in old hostel, people were thinking about women where you toast doing nice prep. Bloods were about to kill ourselves. Calling it. And the killer is that you never really know who won. Because when you come back, start saying, oh my God, you almost died. Hey, who did? Are we still complete? Because the master bastard behind you. See the joke, say, where's my man? Where? So, yeah. So that's how we almost died because of dumb shit. Things that will not matter.
Okay. So the next question, I think the important question here is like, out of the dead people used for this survey, what is the age range for them? What's the age range for these dead people?
How will we know, guy? The result is the mean of them. We cannot know the age range from the except maybe they give us like the standard deviation of the evidence. And the end.
Mr. Can we know this? Our data analyst. The data analyst.
You think I'm Zeus or what? Like,
you are the data guy now. Like, if anybody asks me anything about how to get data, the only first thing that comes to my head is Musa. You get like that's the first thing that comes to my mind. It's like I know
Thanks
Musa.
for that. But like, guy, like especially data in Nigeria, like it's not that data in Nigeria is hard to get. It's just that we don't want to get it. Like all of
You
this,
don't want to get we're confusing. We are confused ourselves.
like, even if we get it, then somebody because it's not according to their agenda. So agenda must agenda. Somebody agenda must agenda last. So they go twist down small. So that maybe they go increase in budget by like 10% or 300%. Who knows?
Probably. I'm not sure right now.
Who knows? Who knows?
Yeah,
Then
but
again,
I'm
we should
coming,
all
let me go.
remember that Nigeria is the economy with no data. Like schooling in US, I'm telling you, schooling in US, whenever I want to do a research or something, usually in Nigeria, you just make data and throw it out there. But you have to prove where your source is here. So you can literally go to data.gov and you can see data for everything. Emission data, water dam, the new update. They even tell you when they're updating it periodically. These are data that each government power startup are actually releasing to the public, maybe monthly, quarterly, and everyone can do their own analysis on those data because the economy is working. They have nothing to hide. But you come to Nigeria now, nobody's giving you any data. Highest thing they will give you is reports. After they finish auditing and hiding the funds, they will now drop reports 6 months later. Then we have to trust Musa to save us and catch them. Because how many of us can read a 50-page report? Let's talk about this now. Why can't they give us the CSV data? So those of us who don't like the read, let us start to analyze it and catch
That's
them.
what we're trying to say, bro. That's what we're trying to solve. But don't worry, I'm not going to
Everything is rigged in Nigeria. Like it is the easiest thing to read is when there's no data. It's like when COVID-19 was happening, I mean COVID-19, and the whole Europe, West, everybody was hey, COVID, this people are dying. And then there was an African country with no case. And people have heard this story now. One of these Northern African countries, like, how do you curb COVID-19? How do you protect your borders? And I say we simply didn't count.
Oh my god.
That's one way to kick COVID out.
I'm telling you. Now we wouldn't count problems. Bible say count your blessings, don't count your cases.
I will really count problems. God. Yeah. Well, I beg, let's go for a break. We're going for a break now.
Hi, my name is David, and this podcast was produced by What's Podcasting. What's Podcasting is a company that manages the heavy load involved in making a podcast, so the podcasters can focus on exactly what matters most to them. And by the way, for listeners like you, we have a recommendation newsletter where we recommend interesting podcasts that we believe you would like. Kindly check the link in the description for the What's Podcasting link. And don't forget to tell a friend to tell a friend. Thank you.
Before we get started into our week, let's play this voice note from one of our listeners, one of our favorite listeners. He is
Chi. Let me guess. Is it Olainka?
Nope.
Crazy.
Is he Daniel?
He's Daniel. Daniel Egop. So Daniel Egop is one of our favorite listeners. He's a dedicated listener of the pod. And here is what he has to say.
Yo, so bro, this is it, yeah. I had this idea. So
can you hear it?
Wait, he sounds like he's inside auditorium, guy. Check the sound. I don't know.
Increase the volume.
Now, just reason this matter. Just like so that influencer, all these people like promote their channel and promote all this Instagram. They say, follow me.
Is it loud and clear for you guys?
Follow me, guy.
I did squint my ear together.
Wait, make I solve them now. Make I solve that problem.
Hey, I got the technician. I got the engineer.
Shut up my fucking mouth.
Problem solver.
On his LinkedIn, I solve problems for businesses.
So
By increasing volume.
go check him now. How many people you run him?
I'm taking it to VLC studio. Guy, VLC, God almighty. When last did I see this thing? Don't you?
I see they exist too. still dey run. So go to mixer, they come. Go to this guy,
Volume,
go
bro.
to this
Volume.
guy. Sure. All right.
If the person with the podcast business cannot solve this problem,
Just
there's no
like,
hope for the
just
world.
listen this matter. Just like all these other influencer,
Is it louder now?
Yeah.
all these, how all these people they like promote their channel and promote all this their Instagram. You see, they say, follow me to stand a chance, follow me. Guy, I am available for last week of Friday to bless. If people will bless me now, see, if you bless me now, I'm not the one that's going to gain it, but is you people that are going to gain more listeners on your podcast and more followers on when you guys start the social media thing. Did you get me? So now, analyze and wait for you. So now, I'm one of your biggest fans in last week was Friday. So now, last week was Friday now, will use me say, one of their fans who, they gifted one of their fans like this, they gifted one of their fans. Let me not cut too much big money, and I also, okay, 20K. They gifted one of their fans 20K, one of their, I don't know how you do, but like, one of their fans, and I'm your biggest fan. I'm your biggest fan. From episode 1 to 20, episode 1 to 21, I did listen to him and they rate him. Highly rated by me. She did. I'm your biggest fan. Nobody listen to him from episode 1 to 21. Guy, you didn't whine. So like this now. So like this, just evolve me like this. Just let me just enter one of you guys' call. Just they want to set this now. This influential, they set all these things up. One of our fans, we gave one of our fans 20K. I will ask some questions. I'm like, thank you guys so much. In fact, that you even gave me a job in what podcasting, and what podcasting is a platform that edits last week was Friday. You know this kind of piece now. When I get the money, just one specific just run the thing, say, okay, I will volunteer, I bring him to the call. We go package the
Shegu.
Guy, the amount of time Daniel says so now, like I wanted to start counting, bro. Like I was like, I hear so now, I use 10 times. That's one. Number two, if Daniel wants 20K, he should just tell us. He used 2 minutes to just say, I beg, guy.
That do give away for me.
Next level thinking.
Bro,
Man.
they pitch idea for 20K.
Say, I don't know who this boy. How to be? Well, let me just put it out. Daniel has a job.
Daniel, come my DM. We go sort out the 20K.
Mala Musa has called you to the DM.
Too rich.
If Aboki call you, come house.
Yeah.
Just no say you pick up.
Sorry, I had to leave. Musa is too rich, and I love that. I also come to your DM, Musa. Thank you so much.
You didn't get out. This guy don't talk for me today. He don't talk for me.
Good.
I appreciate all the things you are doing for the Black community, and as a man.
I mean, let's finish the many audio so we can get on to our week.
Anyways,
I will just be in a stream. I will just ask a few questions, vibe. Then we'll just set them up. Okay, after I give this 20K. Like we invited one all like like.
Wait, egg up. It has already been solved now. Why see they play the audio?
Like, bro, I don't even understand what he's asking for. Is that he wants to come on the podcast? I mean, we should use him at markets. Like, he said so many things that now I'm confused.
Wait, all I want to say is that there are different niches. We are not Mr. Beast. We are like Mr. List. The idea and niche is not helping poor people. It's getting ourselves out of poverty. We did not say we want people to leave the matrix. It is for dudes trying to leave the matrix. We dey try save ourselves.
Oh my
You
God.
have to leave first before we will show you way.
Thank you. Now, person wey dey on top, they fit carry person come up.
Shego want to say something.
Yeah, man, this nigga.
I think
Shego,
Musa
what do you say?
actually, Musa has been bringing us up. I appreciate what Musa has been up at the black
I
hole.
beg you, okay. Next.
Shego, they talk like all these Almajiri where they just give them 10K.
Yeah, you have to
Thank you.
literally. If I ever see 10K now, I will literally do a lot for Musa. I will take his ship. You know?
Shego is talking about dollars. We could have, may you know why you. They want why no panico.
Now big boy thing.
Shego talks in
Thank
dollars, not naira. Some people they hear 10K, they using naira. Shego is talking about
He talk
dollars.
in dollars. He talk in
Daniel
dollars.
Musa said he should come and collect $20K, you know.
Yeah, I mean, let's get to our day, please. How was the day?
If I feel give person give away $20K, this podcast don't like we have solved this podcast now.
You have not solved it now. We have not solved it. Hey now, there's only one
If you give
person
person
that
$20K, Musa,
I can
you
dash
give
somebody
person
$20K.
And we are here. What am I doing here?
Like that's not Telegram now. If I can dash somebody $20,000, there's no point of this podcast. The vision of the podcast has been achieved. If I can dash somebody $20,000,
Hey now,
we will change the vision. Maybe now is to solve the poverty of the world. That will become our next mission.
of the world, okay.
Oh, Daniel, don't carry your voice.
So you hear me by fire by force. So I'm saying that Daniel ain't the editor. Once you reach that point where you say Musa enter my DM, you don't post the edits. Don't go your DM. How far? You know we will reach this point of the audio before you don't DM me. Okay. Moving forward, that was you guys.
Baba, see, I've heard your podcast from episode 0 to 21 before. I'll be shocked if you did not.
Before he started editing it, he actually used to listen to it back to back. Before, like, he's the one that actually told me, like, hey guys, see, give me the snippets to be doing for this thing. I know how to do it. I know the podcast. I know what you guys talk about. I know the game. And I was like, oh yeah, now.
So why is he not still?
You really deserve the $20K. Oh yeah, Musa, you know what to do.
Oh yeah, now. Oh, Daniel, see another person. Go to KK.
Shego, how was your week? How was your week? Leave Daniel alone.
I don't know. I'm struggling with MTN
Before what?
Please play the song. Musa, I beg, play the song. Sharp, I beg.
No.
I was struggling with MTN.
But like,
I was struggling with MTN.
yeah,
Before
I'm going
they just
you know, and oh fuck.
I beg, please, somebody should play Black Beatles. I beg.
Oh fuck. I don't know what's going on here. I can't find the song. Don't worry. Hell no.
Hey, Inogo.
Permanently.
Said farmers, but you say you did receive him. Mike will made it. I can't listen. We got small world. They know me.
Baba.
Anyway, for context, if your network spoiled,
Shego carry MTN router they show us. I beg you.
if we're recording and anybody's network post, we play them Black Beatles. If you go back to 2017, there was a mannequin challenge where they used that song. 2016. So like it's the Black Beatles mannequin challenge song, basically. It's just an inside joke that people of the pod know. If you are not a main listener, now you know. If you start hearing that song, you know what's up. So Shago, you want to tell us about how your week went? You already know.
No.
Sorry, before Kikere, somebody just entered my DM about your video. They say you have gotten so fat.
Before encore, when they chop well, I look like person doing that in Tinubu region. No be Abado and Co. They chop with this now, but that food.
Well, go ahead.
So I apologize for that. Since the protest, seems like MTN has been hungry, and I don't know what's going on, sir. But they've been messing up. But this is my network. This is my network, bro. You don't have this in Ife. I don't know why the guy now has network, sir. Aside from that, my week has been.
Shego just dey funny. Shego network get 5K, but it's 5G, but the thing no dey act like 5G. The thing identify as 5G.
My network.
The pronoun are 5G.
Your network is pronoun.
My network is Nigerian.
It's like the birth certificates now. 2G.
You can't walk.
Woke Wi-Fi.
Walk Wi-Fi.
That's not 5G.
You say biological 2G. Biological 2G.
And you strike a point. You know.
Yeah. Strike the points now. We'll see if MTN go allow you. Go
Strike
on.
the points. Still the hang.
No, I'm not hanging, sir. But
Yes,
MTN.
yeah, about your week. Prince, how was your week?
Are you a fool? What do you mean? I'm online and active. Anyways,
Keep talking.
A black man in Spain that mounts the gate has been pulling me out of the trenches. You know, I've been making a little 50, 150, 20 USD from his hand. That's a lot to me where I come from. You know,
Nice.
I'm living the.
So, how many percent of your company has he collected so far? Because most they give it one hand, they collect from back.
No. I'm holding his data by the balls. That's one thing.
Okay.
The second thing is I'm also building for his family member. You see, I'm just tied to the Musa family. You know.
That's good.
That's
Hey, don't touch. Hey, Shago, don't near my wife candidate too. I get one candidate in my family.
Yeah.
Don't tell me well anything, I beg. That name is already on spreadsheets.
I might just fuck around and find out. Anyways, aside from that, I just come back in the game. You know, I'm done with the whole vacation thing. Yeah, it's time to hustle, sha. Money don't go. And I explain to Musa.
Shago go vacation. Shago, when you did vacation?
Yeah,
beginning of the week.
End of vacation now. So,
Wait, Musa, explain. Shago has been on vacation.
Some people vacation, they look like spa, they look like going to the beach. Other people vacation. Now the time they use buy fan from Jumia.
oh boy.
We saw you. Please don't tell me you're taking Gary.
But see, we just prepare chicken. No. I ain't take the take, Gary.
Please wait, you're muted. What are you taking?
Oatmeal.
Oh.
That's a rich man's Gary right there. Like, mad. Sir, back on vacation, active. And now I'm coding a lot on the analysis side of the other thing I do. Yeah, I also met Musa today to help me with my finances because, like, the numbers are not looking good, bro. Oh boy.
By the way, this is a public advert. Musa can do like financial analysis for you, like tell you how to budget, how to plan your money. He charges a fee for that, a certain percentage from your income.
I beg you. I don't know, tax. That's tax.
Wait, what's in the KPMG is going on? They charge that consulting firm.
He's a consultant.
You know, guys, that's one of the greatest scams in the world is that your tax auditor can be a consultant. Do you know what that means? Like, like when you sit down and think that PwC can be the consultant of your company, but they are still the auditors of your company. Do you understand how like they have broken the dimensions of cheating in the realm of human beings?
Bro,
Explain it. Explain it. What does auditor do? What does this thing do? See, ego for the past few weeks, every time we're on this meeting, there's always a girl that walks behind, and the girl is always different. She just walked again. Egg up, egg up. Later, if you tell us your week,
that's
you went
not
to church.
true. Nigga, that's
Hey,
not
Yeah,
true.
that's true. I noticed that as well. And
That's
so
not true, guy. There's not
that's
always
why
a girl.
he
There's
has been
not always
extra
a
happy.
girl.
He has been
thank
extra
That's
you.
happy.
You know, say when the podcast first started, when Egop used to talk, in his background there was no light, it was always dark. But now where sunshine don't the enter in life, it's always NEPA whenever Egop is talking to us.
That's not
Oh,
okay.
no.
I'm the blackest person on this place. Why am I this black, for God's sake? I
Because
look
your
like
light
this
is
shadow
not
of all of
there.
you.
Because your light is not there.
Now, wow.
Basically, what Musa says that her name is Delight. Her light is not there.
If you are listening to this, not I know they follow woman. I'm a man of God. I take God please.
Yeah.
It's not always a woman.
Oh,
It's just
they look like moon. One side is bright, one side is dark.
oh my God.
Before the lunar eclipse.
Oh, finally, some brightness. Thank you, Jesus.
Anyways, what I meant with the auditor stuff is that this was even like I was watching a documentary in Germany. There was one particular company that like went to the stock. So basically, your auditor is the person that checks your books, right? And they check that like you're doing certain things that are like you're just like you're not cheating financially, and that you're reporting basically what you're supposed to be reporting. You're paying what you're supposed to be paying. Like an auditor ensures that there's no money laundering and there are no financial hooligaloos, crinkles going on in your business. Now, children of God, think about this. What if the person that has to check your books is now the person that has to consult you? Like, as in, when you have problem, you go to them to consult. Like, oh, I have this problem. Oh. Imagine Egop comes to me to audit for him his books.
Egg up, no ring left to and then go next.
I too black now. Like, yeah, I don't know why I'm black like this.
Okay, you have low self-esteem. Okay, we have heard.
I don't have no self-esteem. Like, I am not. Jesus Christ, I am not complaining about my skin complexion. I fucking love it. I am not. I can't.
Egg up. I almost don't know the difference. Really don't feel myself.
Fuck you.
So Musa, how was your week now?
Oh, Jim.
I describe it for you.
Bro, this week was interesting. So this week last week I came from Barcelona, went straight to my uncle's house to help him with his kids. And I came back to my house like this week. Guy, my head has just been like, I'm in a very uncertain place right now because I'm making a huge decision because I might not go to my business school at the end of the day, due to the fact that I do not necessarily believe that going to the business school is the best choice for me at this moment. I believe that the path I'm on is already a path that I feel like I'm going to enjoy much more than if I was to go to a business school. And besides, like also in the business school, like I'll be getting like so much loan on my head, and I'm like, bruh, I do not have
Explain the part you are on. Which part are you on? Thank you.
Confidential information.
Please. I'm sending my CV, Sha.
Yeah, she go stop this thing now. People go think say I don't go. Like bro, I beg go. What she go is saying is a joke. Okay, they sound like. Anyways, so yeah. So I've been thinking about that. I'm waiting for one decision first, like one outcome first to know my actual position. Anywho, this week I did a report on the Nigerian capital imports. I did a 10-year analysis on Nigerian capital imports, basically like the amount of money that's coming to Nigeria based on FDI, foreign direct investment, and FPI, foreign portfolio investments. This week as well, we got a decision from. Okay, no, that's also confidential. I will not share that. But you guys know now. You guys know one of the things I do.
Yep.
Check the chats.
Yeah, yeah,
Don't
yeah.
know.
Yeah, I know that.
So I gotta go laugh.
I know. You give me this gist this week now.
Okay,
So I
I
did
tell
not
you.
Oh, wait. You don't the ego don't calm down. Like, let's guys.
Off pod out these two guys were crazy, man. My head don't see waiting they teach people for textbook as worst case scenario. It don't happen to me like 10 times.
You suppose write the next textbook.
Cash out to your eyes.
You guys should go straight to the point. Stop interrupting somebody when he's saying about his week. Eh?
Oh, yeah,
Musa,
oh, yeah,
come
Musa,
Okay, yeah, that's how my week has been. Basically. And my account's been one whine me this week, but I no panic.
Oh, no panic.
I no panic.
My accounts whine me. I don't panic. Always on top. But the bills are talking. I don't know how. God, they do.
I define urgent 2K now. If you get that, makes sense.
2K euros. Prince, how was your week?
My week, this week I traveled to headquarters of my company, so I didn't do much work this week. I was just looking at money. I went literally. They took us there to show
That's
us
the most
that we
Igbo
have
man
money.
statement I heard in my life.
Guy, no, you have to understand what I'm talking about here. This place is in a state where the thing just there to come to Arkansas. Have you heard of anything about Arkansas? The only place where you hear Arkansas now, the old school cowboy music about slavery and things like that. Now, the only time you hear them. So
I got
it was the
promo.
quiet place. It was the quiet place now. Now those kind of songs where go up Sabi, word for word. So that's where the headquarters is. And these people have so much money that basically they own county. How will I spell what a county is? Because I can't use Nigerian size. Let us say a county is the size of Lagos State. That is one county. So imagine one company owning Lagos State as their company ground.
It exists today now in Nigeria.
Which company?
You mean why?
Why are we scared now? It's Tinubu.
Yeah, let the man not in Africa speak.
These people, they have stupid money. They have stupid money, and they just called us there to prove to us how much stupid the money is. Like every year, they build a new building, a new headquarters, whatever, and demolish the previous one just to prove that they have money.
Fuck.
So, the money, the family is worth over 250 billion with a B.
Shit.
So like everything, I'm saying they have stadium. Stadium is different from sports stadiums. So they have their own stadium for the company's party events. That full stadium they build for that one. One other one, they get museum for company. They get museum for one of the owners. That museum where they ship $1 million products just for that, and it's meant to be in a remote location. So I went this week to look at money. I observed money. I came back, and naturally, you should see it. I should be proud that yes, my company has money. But the more I see it, I'm like, why the fuck are they not pay me better? Like people can do this shit like this. Why you pay me? Why you pay me less than industry standard when I get all the money? So that was my whole week. I came back late last night. I suppose they sleep right now, but I'm dedicated. So last week was Friday. I believe all the visions.
There we go again.
Also, people not supposed to sleep. We know deserve sleep now.
Guy, I been did like 8 hours flights yesterday. Guy, no funny.
Like, say we send you message. Were you doing mission for us?
Now,
Go
now,
where to chase money. Come
wait,
and
wait,
gist
wait, wait.
about
The
money.
goal of the podcast is it not to leave the matrix? No, be as all of us they try leave the matrix. So are they try leave matrix and I walk and travel for. So now what? Now watch. That was my week. Egg up.
Egg up. Enjoy Gabriel day your side.
Yeah. My life has remotes. I'm playing with it. So
Yeah, egg up. How's your week?
my week was calm. I don't know. I think I've been experiencing burnout because of like just overworking myself sincerely. But it's part of it at this point. So I think major highlights of my week was getting to how well, we did even a major highlight. No, that's releasing the video for my events that went out. It's in my business that I'll talk about. Obviously, isn't the events, the videos that went out again, getting feedback from people how they really liked it, they would like to join. They saw how interesting it was. I had a friend in church that was like, she's really pained. I didn't like force her to come for it. I didn't like invite her again. There's a whole story there where I invited her. She was like, okay. I was supposed to reach out to her again, but I didn't. Right. And it was my fault. And she was pissed at me. So, find my two sunshine way around that. But yeah. But yeah, I think that I had a company while you see, if Prince is going to his company's head was I had company meeting in a Zoom, na Google Meet. Never even Google Meet Premium. Na Google Meet where each 1 hour they push us, we use another link.
Humble beginnings. Humble beginnings.
I'm telling you,
you suppose carry graffiti, carry like bed sheets, put words podcasting by your side. They do the Lulu like Bezos.
Yeah, I'll put that for my whiteboard.
Oh.
This whiteboard, yeah. So we had like a company wide in meeting. Just basically like some of them had not spoken to each other. Like a team of 5, like their work have not come across each other for them to speak, and they're just having them like discuss and like getting to meet all of them, which was nice. And I think at the end of the day, that was good. You get like I sent out a mail to all the employees, this week. I don't know, Musa. Have you read that mail? Is it? I don't know. Yeah.
I did.
Okay. So I sent them a mail, hoping that they understand.
All the way.
Go all the way. His name is the mail is titled "What the Future Needs from Us." The whole zeal about it is just to let them know that, like, see, I'm trying to get them to trust me because I know for sure we're going all the way. We're going in the right direction, right? In a direction that's cement right, and I know all I need is for them to trust me, right?
I got KJV on us.
All I want is for them to just fucking trust me that I know what I'm doing. And we just had the call, we spoke, share roles. These are your specific roles. These are what you'll be doing now. These are what you'll be doing next. This is where the company is headed towards. We're going towards this certain direction. This is how this next step for us, and this is how you come into play. And this is what I need from you. All of you now on holidays. So I need like your A game before the school comes back and before you go back to school, and we'll start having all of that back and forth. And that was cool. And to be honest, these guys, let me just say about my teammates, these guys are not at the skill level that many people would think they are for the kind of work and output and the energy they put into the shit they do. Right? It's surprising to see that the amount of energy and time they do and dedication they put into this shit. Like you'll be surprised on like how are they doing it. And that's one thing I think I'm grateful for that. Like to say, hey, thank you for putting this much effort.
They have a great leader now. They have somebody that's directing them properly. Like someone that's really showing them the way, showing them like how to ensure that, like, they are the best that they can become.
Thank you. I hope I'm doing my best in that regard. But yeah,
that's all. Why you?
Fuck you.
In all honesty, like, you're a good guy. You're a good leader.
Thank you. So yeah, that's all. I mean, if you're out there was podcasting, somebody offered me 6 figures this week for 10% of my company. I would withdraw. By this time, I won't say the name of the person, and I won't say the amount. I'll just say 6 figures because we're not allowed to say. I rejected it. I didn't take the offer. Now, thank you. The reason I didn't take the offer is this. Um, I know the person may listen to this right later on, but I thought about it. I did actually, because the person had called me before and told me a certain amount, and I was like, no. Called me the next morning. I was like, this is the amount, right? I was like, yeah. And here's why I didn't take it. I was like, see, this money will be useful for me, right? At least it will get me off for the next 6 months. What happens after that? I don't know. And then it's 10% of my company. I would need to get more people involved in this business. And I want to be able to give them 1, 2, 3%, one or two. I don't want to be left with lesser amount of money, lesser amount of percentage or equity or shares to give out. I want to have leverage. This particular person believes in me enough to give me six to take 10% of my company. Like it's not as if this person can do the work I do. The person cannot
The
edit.
person is a guy.
Guy, shut up. The person wants 10% of my company. The person cannot edit. The person just wants it because the person sees that guy. This is an opportunity. Now, I am going to wait it out till when the company is more valuable and then give out not 10%, a valuable amount of the company to that person and ask for something else. But then I know that the company will be worth it. And I know that I will be able to gain something bigger when I want to get an office in Abuja or something. But till then, yeah, the company is not yet
I
matured enough
love
to do such. That's all.
I
That's
love
all. That's all
Like,
my
can you
week. That was
connect
it.
me to this person? Like, I really want to like. So you got the money you want us to give you. I gotta invest in my own company.
Anyway, that's all.
You
Hard.
teach a good show us what is hashish.
Like Chego has like now I know why Chego doesn't say anything much because when he start talking, like we don't know what's happening anymore. Like what's hashish, and his network is not bad. Of all things,
Ego is no be him, no be him. It's not his she's, nah her she's.
I don't know the weed where you smoke last night. Go, please explain yourself.
even my chocolates are a limited edition of
Limited edition. She a Gucci bag.
that's all about my week.
Limited
I
edition
think that comes to the end of the pod. Did we miss anything? Is there anything we forgot to talk about?
No.
Yeah. There's a game. There's a game I want to also play here. The name of the game is called Sell or No Sell. In this game, we'll review 3 or 4 business ideas, old, new ones, and we'll vote on if these ideas will sell in Nigeria or not. And we'll say our whys briefly.
Now 10
Good.
minutes to get shot.
Yeah. So 3 or 4 of these business ideas, and we'll see if the business ideas will sell or not. Right. Number 1, newsletters, paid newsletters, sell or no sell, and why won't it sell in Nigeria? Who goes first? Prince.
Of course, it's to sell now.
Why?
Because of it to sell for the same reason why newsletter sells every other place. You can't say that the people that do paid newsletters, their customers don't come from Nigeria. Their customers come from all over the world. Whoever finds it valuable enough to pay, they will pay. So it is not a geographical factor or geographical based business, in my opinion. It is business that has to do with value. And we all know that Nigerians are heavily involved in internet business. I'm talking about the legal parts. So if you can provide value, let's say, for example, Nigeria now they trade crypto pass. If, for example, you can give them value on the best shit coins to buy that will pump their profit every week and they are paying a newsletter for that and they really, really find value in that. Of course, they will pay you more than everybody in Europe and US because they are not people that are involved in that. So paid newsletter, that's my 2 cents.
Musa,
No sell for me.
why?
The reason why, like, so to counter Kekere's point, I believe that like there are 2 things here, right? So quality of information. The first thing is that, I mean, first of all, there's abundant information for using the crypto space. And except like you are an OG, like you have been in the game, you've been there, you have experience, you have results, maybe you have even courses and all this kind of stuff. People need to like believe that what you're giving them is valuable before they'll pay for any stuff. And I think price is going to be very elastic in this sense, in the sense that like you put a price that people are like, this one is just whining himself. But like something like I think anything above like 3K per month, a lot of people like will be out, like will not be interested. Like 3 to 5K, I think is going to be like the max price for a lot of guys.
Yeah, but it works. It works though. We're not discussing price. Like if there's a paid service, Nigerians will pay for sports betting odds. The difference is that somebody's posting it on Twitter,
Yeah,
posting it on
because
Telegram,
they are
posting
betting on the
same.
fact that they can get more. Like
Yeah, but newsletter, we don't really know what's in the newsletter. He just said general newsletter, so it can be whatever they see that is valuable. They will pay for it.
well, like okay, the other reason why like I say no sell is because I was thinking about the case study of Stairs, right? Stairs literally
Okay.
left the subscription business because they're like it's not profitable in Nigeria for them, right? So I mean, them they were doing like business news, business and economy news, and guy, this is business and economy news. Which is basically like guys they're supposed to have money, you know. They're not like people going to university or people going to like secondary school. They're like guys that are like working professionally, and they still say it's not profitable. So for me, it's like, you have to have a very very niche business with people that have money for that thing to work. Go ahead.
The Stairs, is it a Nigerian-based company or abroad-based company?
Nigerian.
Yeah, Nigeria-based company.
Oh, that is sad. That is very sad. So, like I said, internet, the world is a global village. You can do newsletter business from Nigeria, but it's not Nigerians that buy your products. So you can also reason, like Musa said, niche. You can niche it out to a better currency. Abi? my niche is pound sterling. My niche is pound sterling.
Go collect rands, not
Yeah,
naira.
you must. Yes, now you must not leave the country to start newsletter. You can
Tolerance
start from any
for
country, so
events.
might as well niche a better currency, according to Musa. Yeah.
No.
Do you have any
All
other
right.
question for us?
I think that's
You don't
it.
ask your goal.
I shall go where they do Duolingo.
Oh, by the way, this week I hit 100 days streak of German.
Woo! Halfway to becoming a terrorist.
What? Ich bin Musa. Who comes do?
You fee give me money.
Absolutely 9.
Corner pounds. I want to play a song while we go. The song is you know that song. No worry, we're done with the pod now. If you are listening to this podcast,
wait, I have a question. The same way, let me ask you a question.
Ask now.
I'm trying to find a way to put the thing. How can you, like you were once talking about crowdfunding, egg up?
Yep.
If you want to invest and you're looking for a good set of eyes, where can you find them at grassroots level? Musa, do you understand what I'm saying? You're looking for a group of people, a group of like-minded people that are putting money inside business, buying up businesses, and then selling them like a kind of like a mini private equity kind of thing. Where can you find that kind of people for like cheap? Because the people that you see, they are looking for, get money, now $200,000 to pull head inside that conversation. So even if there are no people like that, can we start smaller? Musa, what are your thoughts? Small scale.
I think it's just to find, like, to start talking to you, right? Like, it's about community. Same way, like for us now, Egg Up can be like, guys, I have this guy that is doing this shit. So I know you guys don't know the guy, but like, guy, this guy has done business before, like he knows what he's doing, and this guy is asking for like $10K, right? I will be like, okay, no, Allah now. We'll now contribute as a group and we'll send. I think like you need to be able to identify the key people in different communities that will give you access to those communities. There was a book I was reading, it's called How to Like Network with the Affluent or something like that. And basically they said that like one of the strategies that the person said, or the main person that they described, that was like a very good networker. The person said that like, what the person did was he went to go and find like groups and communities of people. For example, if one was targeting engineers, you go and find like, let's say, the National Engineering Society of Nigeria, right? And he will enter there, go to their meetings to go and know the people there. Then he'll now start talking about like what he wants to do. But before he even starts talking about what he wants to do, he offers, like, he does a service for them first. And then, right, in return, he now asks for something back. So I think like the strategy is to like find, okay, which one person do you know looks like somebody that like can fit the profile of someone that can invest in your company. If you find that person, then you have to go and like strategize into that person's community and then start asking questions like maybe through his friends, that other person directly or whatever it may be. But I think it has to be community based because like friends give each other advice, especially like people that have money really, really trust the advice of their trusted friends.
Yeah. So for our listeners, this is the reason why we are doing this. Apart from the hope of blowing one day, we hope that each of us are accountable with each other so that whoever blow first or whoever see road, even if the road no be road do the climb, and that person feel they climb that kind of road, and then we'll help each other grow. So the day we shall go see business where you need capital from, what's podcasting, fish it out that capital, all of us go grow together. We advise you to do it with your friends. Just find a set of madmen that you feel work harder than you and talk to them often and ask them questions. And when the blow, you blow as a group, and then you can start doing agitate.
Thank you.
Why did you have to put that last?
Yeah, that's the goal, guy. That's the goal, guy. Guy, if you don't get Bugatti, come on the podcast. I don't know. Come here, I want Bugatti. I don't get shame.
So you know that cartel video where I sent for you. After Martel, it's still cartel. Should go left. Should go right.
What was all this effect this thing now?
Nah, you remember the video?
Which kind of boy quotes be that now? After Martel,
see waiting there billboard number one for Ife.
Yeah, I need to guy, it's the word.
Anyways, guys, 2 minutes left.
G-boy music. Oh yeah, I go conclude.
I can't find it. I swear, I wish I could. I can't find the exact one.
TikTok don't ban the Pablo.
I'll just play this one. That's just because of this one.
She go Kateko.
After Mate, he Kate, she go left.
They go right, they go left, they go right, they go left, they go right. Left, right, they go left, they go right, they go left, they go right, they go left, right.
Give me beans, give me rice. I dey like jollof, but give me white. Sip pep gari, you know what rice. From what so kai, I could be nice. You be winch, you go do night. If you make them out, you go see fight. For Abia State, you go see light.
They go left.
Oh my God.
They go right. They go left. They go right.
No, that song is a jam, man. That song is a jam.
Oh my
1
God.
minute left.
They go left. They go right. They go left. They go right.
Okay.
They go left.
Okay.
They go right.
Let's go.
Left. Right. They go left.
Hey.
They go left. They go right. They go left. Right.
I was happy people now.
Give me beans. Give me rice. I dey like jollof, but give me white. Sip pep gari, you know what rice. From what so kai, I could be nice. You be winch, you go do night. If you make them out, you go see fight. For Abia State, you go see light.
No, we need Hausa music. We need Hausa artists like this. Like I like the accent. Like we've been missing this one. I've gotten a lot from Yoruba land, a lot for Igbo land. We need more.
In Canada, access to do something.
Hey, avec.
I'm telling you, I want to hear that. I want to hear that in more music in Nigeria. The podcast has ended.
Yeah, then.
You sabi ice prince that na abokina. Dreadlocks, Adidas, nightlife, laughing gas.